The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. As often happens, it was love that led to our imprisonment. And for our love, we were consigned to an empty void, barren of anything except our failures, until the end of time. Or so we thought. Now our prison is failing, and we are emerging into a world that has forgotten our sacrifice. But we can never forget. And so, with the morning star spotted in the skies above Los Angeles, we have come. Did we endure millennia of damnation for a world that has become so sterile, so heartless? Or will we remember we were once angels? We created this world, and perhaps, we can make it and us whole again. More alcohol.
More alcohol.
All the alcohol. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to McStabber Studios' Demon, The Road to Hell. I am, unfortunately, the sober storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I am the drunk player that's going to be playing Arazeth the Scourge, who possessed Virginia Waugh, because it's been a fucking day.
Hi, I'm Maddox. I will be playing Carsador, the Malefactor, who possessed Clark Miller, and I don't need alcohol. The community knows how I keep calm.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red. I'm playing Nibas the Fiend, who possessed Alice Elizabeth, and I am also stone cold sober.
Hi, I'm House. I play Bazazel the Defiler, who possessed August North, and I don't have a witty comeback to any of that.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Ravnos Archon, and I get to play Tyrem Thrazel the Devourer, who took over Matthew Greaves, and I am also in the sober camp, unfortunately.
Hey, I'm Cozy Core, or Unconscious Celestial. I am playing Druliriel the Slayer, who possessed Michelle Mars Porter.
So, last time we were with this group last week, they met with their factions. And I think a lot of people here were not impressed with their faction. And then some of them found out, I'm not going to name names, but the Cryptics found out that old Scratch is playing both sides of the aisle. He's part of the Blood Court and an Infernal Court. And the fact there's a Blood Court in the city is pretty fucked up, too. But Druliriel also met with Usul, the Reaper of Souls. And when she mentioned he visited again, Arazeth said she wanted to meet with him and speak with him. So as we open up tonight, we go right to the scene we left off with last week, where they were sitting in the bar of the hotel when a slash opened in the air. You could hear the howling winds. And a man steps out. Now, again, he's a slender African-American male, short, head bald as an egg.
Well, at least he didn't show up looking like death itself.
But here's the odd thing. He didn't freeze time.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone looked at him, and then he froze time. And as the slash closes behind him, people start moving again. And they're all double taken, trying to figure out, did they really see what they thought they saw?
Arizeth just looks at him for a second and says, certainly an entrance.
Well, I didn't enjoy being talked about.
It wasn't besmirching you.
No, but it would be rude for me to eavesdrop in that situation.
Like it's not rude to eavesdrop in any other situation.
Well, I don't think rude applies to us anymore in that particular case. But either way.
Either way. I understand by association you know of a certain morning star.
Is that what the mother requests?
Of
Oh, I know who all of you are.
course you do. I know who you are too.
Which do you know of me?
One that was condemned and fallen even though he's in denial.
I was condemned. Not
And there's
sure I
the
would
denial.
say I fell.
There's the denial.
I was imprisoned.
Mm-hmm. But matters not because that's all past and we don't live there anymore.
No, we don't. The present is definitely the important thing, which raises the question, why am I not killing you right now?
Why aren't you?
I'm asking myself that same thing.
Have I done anything that shows you corruption? That shows you I'm working against the betterment of things?
You rebelled against the Creator, and in your case, you created the monstrosities
On orders?
on orders. I've learned a bit of human history. On orders is never a good defense.
While true,
At least I can say what I did not do on orders.
no, you did that of your own monstrosity.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you doing this on orders? Or did I mishear?
No, there's no orders involved here.
Really? The Morningstar didn't tell you to kill us all?
Oh, he told me to kill everybody.
Hmm.
You don't see me doing it, do you?
No, I don't, which is interesting. But I'm also interested into why he ordered you to do it and is a coward and can't do it himself.
He is many things. I'm not sure I would call him a coward.
Really?
He is fighting his own war that does not include us at this time. Why did he choose me? Probably because he knows I did not fall.
Or maybe he knows you're just an excellent tool for the task.
No.
Because let's be real. What has he touched that he hasn't fucked up?
I'd like to refute that. But he did fall. He is the highest disappointment.
Exactly. But he is the only one with answers to certain questions I have, so I need to see him.
You think I can just summon him out of
No.
thin air?
No. But I think he summons you from time to time, and when he does, you'll bring me along.
Let's see, the problem with that would be, I don't know when he's going to summon me.
Nope.
The problem is, I am minding my own fucking business.
Yeah.
When I step somewhere and I end up somewhere I wasn't before. Sometimes Brazil, I've been to Greece, I've been to China, I've been to London.
Well, I think you're a smart gentleman, and I think you can figure it out.
We've said his name, he hears us.
You've said his name. I've said Morningstar. If he responds to that, well, that's his own hubris.
He can hear that too.
I'm sure he can, because he's so vain.
No, it's not vanity. It's part of his name.
Nah, it's really not. I know his original name.
He was always the morning star. First of the first house.
Yeah. And oh, how we have all existed long enough to regret it.
Have we now? I didn't fall. I don't regret his choice.
There's that
Your
time
choice?
again. I was there when you walked through. You remember that? I do.
And you'll note I was not bowed. I
Where's
was
the
not
rest
in
of your shining
chains.
host then?
That is an excellent question. One I would love to have an answer for. There are 2 others.
Are there?
Don't know where they are. You didn't know that, did you?
No, but perhaps I can help you find them.
There were 3 of us
Mm-hmm.
in the abyss.
Are they also on the list?
Are they also to be destroyed for corruption?
If I find they are corrupted and I find them, yes.
But
Wait,
Does
so
that-
is Lucifer on your list too?
right. Is he not corrupted?
The verdict is out. You see, he didn't spend time in that infernal prison.
No,
He
He
didn't
was just the
come
one
out.
that caused us all to be there.
Yeah.
No, you caused yourselves to be there. You had a choice.
So
I
so
was
did-
there the day Aramel revealed things. I was there during the great discussion, the great debate. I chose not to follow Lucifer. You chose to follow him for
so
whatever
his
reason.
choice to be leader makes him
Excuses
exempt?
him?
No. But he was never imprisoned. He is not what
So it's just the getting caught part.
no,
got
he's
it.
not what he once was. I don't think you understand. He's
All I'm hearing is, oh, I didn't fall, but you're so eager to fall for his bullshit.
he's changed. I'd love to
And we
explain.
haven't.
Some of us got to spend time in the abyss dealing with the repercussions of our actions.
You have changed. Have you changed for the better?
Have we?
I don't know yet.
Are you the judge of us?
If need be.
Are you the jury and executioner?
If need be.
What are you? God?
No.
What gives you that right?
What gives me the right is I never fell.
Right.
But you weren't the
I-
only one who never fell. So why do you but not them?
Because I was a Malhim. I was one of the vengeful angels sent.
I'm
To
going
overthrow.
roll legacy on that.
Okay, go ahead. Anyone who wants to roll legacy can. Intelligence legacy.
I'm just thinking up other one-liners. I'll let the legacy people.
Can we roll legacy now?
No, I didn't get it in there.
Okay.
I've been distracted.
What's our difficulty?
Difficulty is 6.
Okay.
It'd be fairly easy to remember that.
Oh, Lordy. I should have spent a willpower. That one sucked. I had way too many dice to get that low of successes.
Got a 1. Got 2. I will tell you, 1 is enough. He was a Malhim. He was one of them that led the assault on Lucifer's fortress during the final days, during the loss of the war.
So you pursued him then, but aren't now.
I didn't pursue him. I pursued the rebels.
Which he was one of.
Was.
Yes.
So thus you pursued him.
If I could kill him, I probably would.
And that has now changed.
No, actually, I would kill the rest and in him, but I don't think that's in my power. He knows my true name.
Oh, that's convenient.
So you can't beat him, join him.
Got it.
He could command me. He could force me to do his bidding, but he doesn't. He
As
gave
far as
me
you know.
a choice. He does not wish to play God.
So you're playing God now and using your choice to make this decision, much like we made the choice that you think was a problem when we fell.
In absence of new orders, I follow my original orders, which were to destroy the fallen.
Now, question for you, though.
Yes.
If you didn't fall, why did you have to work your way out of the abyss and find yourself a freaking host like the rest of us?
Because rather than think about my actions, I lashed out blindly. I did not remember my charge. I was a slayer. I was meant to protect humanity and ease their transition, not slaughter them in mass just to deprive you and your kind of your followers. That was my crime.
So you're going to, and to resolve this crime, you're going to do this by killing people like us who have done things like cure cancer, healed the sick.
I have not killed you yet. As I
you-
said, the jury is still out. As I suspect you'll find that Lucifer has not decided either.
Careful, Reaper. You sound awfully close to being rebellious.
You do.
I don't know where he went. I am not supposed to be without his touch, without his thoughts.
Where is Father?
Great mystery, isn't it?
Because certainly we all wouldn't be getting free if he was still around, right?
Lucifer said something to me about that. Something that's given me some thought. What if it was part of the plan?
Or what if Lucifer fucked shit up again?
You'll have to ask him.
That's
if
what
it
I
was
would love
part
to
of the
do.
plan, that means there's no choice, yes?
Quite possible.
So how do you have a choice of whether you slay everyone or not?
You're trying to talk me into slaying you?
No. I'm just asking you a question and I'm trying to make you think.
I'm showing my choice now. I've stayed my hand.
Yes.
But is this really your choice if you're always destined to do this and always question your decisions?
We'll see. You may find that, to be fair, I don't know my place in things yet. There are
Isn't
many
that
of us.
Wonderful.
There are many of us in these bodies that don't deserve to be here. There are many that are the monsters. I have slain a number of the fallen,
Good.
and they are not fit to be walking this creation anymore.
That I'll agree with.
Good. Lucille, I do not bear you ill will. You did what you were commanded. As did I. But coming through, finding the vessel I did, I found a second chance. A chance to take the title of mother and turn it into something holy. Not something that would manipulate and twist and turn monstrous. Not something I was commanded by defilers and devils to do. And fiends, too.
We're not all bad.
No, you're not. Certain ones in positions of power were.
And how
Misguided.
do you tell the difference? Can we take the risk? You're going to hear the same thing probably from Lucifer himself.
And that's fine.
Can you take the risk?
You always take the risk.
It only takes one of you to do horrible things.
Indeed.
It only takes one of us to do drastic amounts of good, too, and you could kill them in the process.
And it only takes one misstep for you to trip and fall yourself. So what's your step?
You talk of curing cancer. What if you all are the cancer? What if I'm part of the cancer? It needs to be cut out.
So you're suicidal is what you're saying.
No. I'm undecided. This body has given me memories I don't think I was meant to have.
I think he claims to be chemotherapy, the chemo, which is just another poison.
I mean, technically, we had a hand in all things. So yes, you are technically right. One of us probably did create cancer. I don't know who that person was. Certainly wasn't me. I don't think it was any of us.
That was not part of creation. That was part of the fall. Actually, that was part of the second fall. When the murderer committed his crime.
And you certainly capitalized on that, didn't you?
Actually, Abaddon, I think, was the first. Or was it Belial? I think it was one of the two were the first to capitalize on that.
Yes.
They killed ours first.
Yes.
And then the war of atrocities began.
And they were also sentenced to the abyss, as were you, who also capitalized it.
And alas, if I am remembering correctly, we weren't the ones who caused that to begin with. Neither of us were. It was man's decision.
The first
to do
murder.
that. So why is that on us if that was the cause?
Because had you not fallen, had you not revealed yourselves, had you stuck with God's plan,
but do you know
it
that?
wouldn't have happened.
Did you see fate, the lines of fate, the future? Did you?
I spoke with God. I went before the Almighty because I noticed something odd with creation. I noticed when we created man, all the things we had done, all the works we had made had begun to be changed by mankind, by his children, in ways we did not plan.
Because they were given the spark of divinity.
So I went to speak to the Lord, to ask him. And he told me that it was part of his plan, that the second world, the world now lost, was to have the answer. The world I sat on the sundered throne of, to shepherd the dead.
Was that truly the second world?
Yes, it was.
Is there the chance he wasn't telling you the full story? I mean,
Well,
has
no.
he always told you everything?
Do you remember? Do you remember what he said initially about what Aramel saw? He told us, if you wish to know what I know, to see as I see, you're to come to him, and he will show you. Do you remember any who went to see him? Hanil did. She was lost to us forever.
So you don't know what's going on. Otherwise, you would be lost too.
To see as he saw, you were unmade.
Yeah, that's
So
convenient.
Don't know that it's not humanity's fault. Got it. That's what I got from that.
And look at... Oh, God. Look at Sammy there, just following in Father's footsteps. Oh, this is hilarious.
I'm surprised, Reaper, that you got to question the creator and you weren't reprimanded for it like we were.
I did not question him. I asked him, about why things were changing, and I hadn't perceived that wasn't part of the creation.
You questioned his plan.
Isn't that a
And
question?
I was the throne of the sundered. I was in charge of the second world. And so he told me that that was the purpose of the second world, that humankind would change this one, and it would all make sense in the second world when it was time. And then the fall came and the second world was destroyed. I lost my connection to it.
You didn't just accept it. You had to ask about it.
Because I noticed.
Yeah, and that sounds like you not being able to get what you wanted sounds like all goes back to man committing the first atrocity.
I didn't demand answers. I asked a question of our Father.
Yes,
as many
but
had.
the reason
We could ask questions, though he rarely spoke to most of us. The morning star was always his favorite until the fall.
Oh, please. He was still his favorite after the fall. Why do you think he didn't get sent to the abyss?
I think he's been through a hell that you can't understand. I think his hell, his sentence is much worse than what we went through.
Oh, he would
Do
make it seem
tell.
like that.
what was it like?
I wish I could tell you. I am
But
unable to
you didn't
speak on it.
question him?
I am unable to speak on it.
That's fine.
I
would
cannot
love to
physically
ask him myself.
speak on it.
Convenient.
Convenient? No. I am bound not to speak of it.
Yeah, it's convenient.
That is the definition of convenience.
Yeah,
What was
that's
that about following orders?
Yeah. But yeah, so needless to say, Samuel, I would love to ask you a few questions that are rather important I get answers to because I'm sussing out some bullshit. Please let me know at your earliest convenience. Usiel here can escort me. And she closes the link.
Well, you never felt the link open.
I just send it out and he'll either accept or not.
He hears. He's heard the entire time. Do you know he heard everything spoken in the abyss?
Of course he
Whenever
did.
his name was mentioned.
Of course he did, because he was nowhere to be found. Just like Father abandoned his children. Abandoned his charges.
He couldn't touch this world. His merest touch of this world broke it.
Yeah, well, that's convenient too.
You were there.
I
You
was.
saw when his hand touched creation,
Yeah.
what it did. The world shattered, became one world, one level, one reality compared to the glorious things it was before.
And thus he created us, and we had to do all his work.
No, he
for him.
created us before his hand touched the world. That was why we were created. We were there to be the buffer.
Yeah, like I said. And we had to do all his work for him. And get none of the fucking credit.
So was that part of his plan too?
Yes, to touch the world, not to destroy the world, but the
Really?
finite cannot
Why-
coexist with the infinite.
How do you know that wasn't part of his plan? You said everything he's done is part of his plan.
No, that is what Lucifer said. You will have to ask Lucifer about his feelings on the plan.
Trying.
But you said it was the plan for man to have the first fall.
No, the plan
you
was for
could
man to
then
have
rule.
the second world. They would change this reality, and the second world would answer the questions.
But you said you asked God, and the reason why we fell or they fell was because of his
No,
plan.
I asked God about the second world, why man was changing creation, and he said the second world would answer the question. That was man's destiny, the second world.
So man fucked it up, or still? Why aren't you like either it was part of the plan or man fucked it up?
Because
why
you
are you
broke-
mad at us?
When you revealed yourselves, you broke the plan. Man
You
was not
don't know
ready
that,
for
though.
revelation. Man was not ready for the knowledge. Man was not ready for creation.
That was Lucifer's idea.
Did you read the fates? Did you read the future?
I am not a seer.
Seer. Exactly.
I
You don't
shepherded
know.
the souls of the dead. I sat on the sundered throne of the second world to hold, at the time, the only spirits of the dead there were the animals, not mankind.
You sure like talking about who you were and kind of glossing over what you are right now.
What I am now is the Reaper of Souls, a name I didn't give myself,
A mistake.
a name you gave me.
You seem to have
Funny
a
how
grudge about a
those
lot of things.
stick.
It is, isn't it?
It is. I get called mother.
And it becomes part of you, doesn't it?
It does. But we have the power through these vessels. We get a little bit of something from them. You know, that free will that Father gave them that he didn't give us. Yeah, we can make something more of it if we choose to.
Perhaps. When I speak to him again, though, I will pass your message.
Please do.
This could be part of the plan, too.
Now you sound like Lucifer.
Well, with all the circles you're running, I hope you have a long leash. Otherwise,
Have I
you
not
strangle
said-
yourself.
Have I not been saying this is part of the plan and that everything's
You
fine?
have, totally, but we get ignored, dear. This
Is
is
this
what
coming out
happens.
a female body? What is going
I
on with
know.
this?
I know. We get
I do
ignored.
not reach that many houses above. I am sorry. I am but a member of the seventh house.
Oh, I thought you were special for ruling the second world. My mistake.
I was. I was quite special.
He sat on the thundered throne. He said that 8 times.
8 times.
And he moves his hand, and where a ring was on his finger, he now holds a scythe.
Uh-huh. What, are we going to dance?
Here we go.
Tyrem Thrizel, would you like to be sundered?
I get a choice this time?
Oh, shit.
No, thank you.
Clearly, you're compensating for something with that big stick.
Yeah. Come on, Lucille. Really? We are not
We know you're
doing
not gonna
anything
make-
corrupted or bad.
And we know you're not going to make a scene here.
No, he totally
You do.
realized-
You know this.
I do know this. You would have done it by now.
True.
Perhaps.
This is
You want
all
me to
part of the
look?
plan.
Do it, Alice. Do it.
Do you want me to look? I am.
Tell
Wanted
me
to
what
see
you
it.
see so I can pass it on to him since he can't climb that high.
Yeah.
We're causing you to question and make informed decisions if there is a decision at all.
Do you think I need help questioning? I'm questioning already.
Apparently.
Otherwise, I'd be slaying you from the get-go. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spoken
Oh,
to the little slayer
catching us
here.
with a good time.
And clearly, you wanted us to help you question. Otherwise, you wouldn't be
No,
here.
I didn't want
at all.
questions. I wanted answers.
Answers to what? What are
We all
your
want
questions?
answers.
Do any of us deserve to walk creation anymore? And I will include myself in that. Do we deserve it?
Why don't we?
Look at what we've
Really?
done. Even as Mother there said, I've done
Terrible
things.
things.
We've also done a lot of good.
Yeah.
But does it outweigh?
Does it?
There's the answer I seek. Does it
The
outweigh?
scales of justice are very
How heavy is your guilt?
arbitrary.
I don't think you could bear my guilt.
I'm not trying. I'm asking, how heavy is your guilt?
It feels like you want to judge us as a whole instead of taking us at our individual victories.
Let me have you ponder this,
Bingo.
right? So, is there any chance? So, how does killing us offset the scales? How does that create more good? It's one and done, right? You kill us, it's done. There's no more good. That's it, right? But if you keep us alive, we have the opportunity to continue to do good and do repent and learn.
You have the opportunity to do great harm as well.
So do you.
Oh, yes, I know.
How heavy is your guilt? I'll ask again.
I have killed more since I have taken this body than I suspect all of you combined.
And how does that feel?
Those I take deserve to die.
Are you certain?
Oh,
By
yes.
whose definition? Yours? God's? Lucy's? Whose?
Mine's enough.
Is it?
Is it?
So you are special.
No, if you've tasted the darkness of the souls I've taken, you would understand.
So
You
you
only know that after the fact.
And he bends his head down and closes his eyes for a second, and you feel reality ripple as time stops. And he shifts into his apocalyptic form.
Arizeth will do the same.
Okay. You're going to have to roll your, just a faith roll. Or you can just spend a faith point to do it automatically and not have to roll shit.
What's my difficulty?
6. That's why he froze time so that mankind wouldn't.
4.
Okay. So that man wouldn't block what he's about to do. And as he's standing there in his 7-foot tall skeletal frame, he pulls open his shirt and you see that his rib cage is actually blackened bone, but it's a cage. And inside are 9 or 10 different tiny people flickering about. And you can actually hear their screams. These are the souls I've taken that I still have left to use. Murderers, rapists, monsters. Who am I to judge? I am the Reaper of Souls.
I'm going to touch him and do heal.
Oh, now that'll be interesting. Okay, let me pull it up real quick.
I'm in my fucking apocalyptic form of low torment,
Mhm.
and I look like a fucking vibrant angel of health and well-being.
Okay, you roll stamina medicine.
Yes, I do.
I think I could maybe do a quick check on that beautiful little scythe.
That scythe, I can tell you right off,
What's my difficulty?
6. That is a relic. That scythe was made before the war.
It's 4 successes. I'm trying to heal his spirit.
Doesn't do anything to him. You try to heal me, Mother. There's nothing wrong with me.
Are you certain?
You know what's kind of funny about this whole conversation? Do you know what I created?
No, I don't know everything about what you created. Bits of that time, while I remember a lot, not everything.
Yeah, so nightmares and the things that they learned from them. That was part of God's plan. That ability to relive your horrors, experience new horrors, and have the ability to grow from it, to make something new from it, to face your fears, face your past, all of it. That was part of the initial plan. And no, it's not the same as actually killing. That's on you to handle with the souls that you've reaped. However, the idea of repentance and overcoming and learning has been there from the start. And remember that.
There are some souls that have gone so far as they cannot be redeemed.
She is still touching him, and she looks at him and says, yes, but the weight of that burden is a heavy one.
I am the Reaper of Souls. I am meant to bear it. This scythe was mine. This scythe was created for me. This scythe was for me to gather the souls and take them to the other side, to the second world.
But not just the sinners.
No. But now I don't know what happens. I've seen the realm our house created. It is not the second world. So I don't reap those who don't deserve it. Because I don't know where they're meant to go. I don't know if, though the second world is denied to us, whether it's denied to them. I only reap those who deserve it. Which is why I've stayed my hand so far with you all. Because I haven't seen you've deserved it. The part of me that fought the war says I should kill you anyway. But as has been pointed out, these bodies have changed us in some ways.
So I think you wanting to kill us despite an inclination that we don't deserve it says more about you and what you deserve.
I was a Malham. My job was to destroy you. This body has taught me the concept
of... Are you going to keep dwelling on what you were and not focus on what you are? What you
we are what we are. We are what we were. This body's taught me concepts of mercy, compassion. I'm not sure we're meant to have those. I know I wasn't.
So we're becoming better.
No, we're becoming flawed.
What do you need right now? Oh, so humanity is flawed? We're going back to that? And it's their fault, not ours?
No, it is our fault. We weren't meant to be this.
But they're flawed. So they would have fucked something up along the way.
Until you all got involved, until you revealed yourself.
What are they? Are they flawed or are they not flawed?
They were not flawed until the fall. You broke them.
What do you need from us right now?
I came looking for answers. So far, I haven't seen the corruption yet.
You could have just kept eavesdropping on us.
I could have, but honestly, I was curious. I wanted to see the reactions. You see, I've revealed myself to a number of your kind. Do you know how many attacked me immediately out of hand as soon as they remembered who I was?
And literally with that, Arazeth puts both hands on his cheeks and says, "Oh, Uziel, I remember you." And you can be glorious.
That's what Hanil told me. But I lost her.
My sister was one with words, for certain.
No nightmare, no past is too bad to wake up from. So wake up. Don't dwell.
It's easy to say that. But I've seen things since I've been walking this earth that makes me question.
As you should.
Have you fought one of those who have bound themselves into objects?
Yes.
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 Do they deserve mercy?
No.
But not all of them have done evil.
Have they? Truly.
Truly.
Manipulated cults around them.
Some.
Destroyed
Some.
around them.
But there are others that...
Truly, if they are benign, then leave them be.
We have no reason we have no reason to do anything to them.
You, my friend, would make a great cryptic if you're not one already.
A cryptic. Such weird terms for...
You're questioning decisions, fate, what it means to be good, bad, all of it. You seek answers. There aren't answers. That's why we learn, we continue.
And his voice suddenly shifts to that of the howling spirits of the grave. We were not meant to question ourselves. You see why this is a problem. I question myself. I question my purpose. I question my duty. This is not what we were meant to be.
You're not just you anymore.
Isn't free will wonderful?
No, it is not.
It's terrifying, isn't it? But it's also wonderful.
There's so much more opportunity now. Yes, it's tough. and uncertain. But with that comes so much more than what we were capable of before. Don't you feel the well, you may not have, but there's the opportunity just to feel so much positive now too. Yes, you can dwell on all the negative emotions that we feel, the hate, the pain, all the things that those humanities feel, that those nightmares cause, for example. But there's also daybreak, when things shift, when happiness comes, when you feel love and passion and creativity and all those things as well.
Ice cream.
That wasn't for us before. So yes, it's tough.
I tell you, Nabas, find Hanil for me so that I might experience love. She is gone. And with it, that part of me as well. And with that, he turns and just slices the scythe down and opens another hole.
Arazeth switches back from her apocalyptic form to her normal human form.
And as he steps through, he looks back at Drulerial. I'll be in touch, little slayer. And he closes the gap behind him, and then everyone starts moving in the place again. And Nabas, that is a power of your house, not his.
Yeah. I want to I forget the name he just told me. I'm so bad with names.
Anil?
Anil. I want to see if I can sense congruence just to get like any inclination on anything that could potentially help.
And
Okay.
I would like to roll a legacy on.
Go ahead. You can roll your legacy. You can roll sense congruence.
Azazel's going to kind of lean over to Tyrem Thrazel and just say, I think the final Reaper of Souls count was 13.
And I'm going to spend a willpower for a success.
Sunder Throne mentions, I stopped counting after 8.
So I got 3.
What's the legacy roll again?
Intelligence legacy.
But you have to click intelligence and do the bonus however many legacy points you have.
I spent a willpower too.
Okay.
Or is it a faith for me?
You can spend for activating your powers.
It's a faith, right?
It's a faith, yes.
Yeah, I'll spend a faith.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's 4 successes.
Okay. Your sense congruence, you find nothing of Hanil at all. Period.
Okay.
Julio got 1 on the legacy. Virginia got 3. Because you had a bonus. You had one more. You got 3. It's hazy from that far back in the war. But before the war, Hanil was one who went to ask God to see as he saw.
What house was she?
Hanil, she was a defiler. She had a sister, Sabriel. But Hanil was lost before the fall because when the fall was brought up, she asked God to see as he saw and was unmade, or at least never heard from again. Could not be found anywhere in the cosmos by any of the heavenly host.
Throughout all of this, Carsador has sort of had a contemplative and deep thinking sort of look on Clark's face. And finally he looks up. Virginia, August, Alice. I find myself confused about something.
What's that?
Yes.
Why do any of you care?
I don't want to get reaped.
Care about what in particular? There's several things going on here.
The way you were speaking to him, you were trying to get him to change.
I was trying to get him to use logic.
I was trying to get him to tap into those human emotions he was saying affected him.
And I wanted to survive. I'll be honest. That was part of it too.
I was trying.
Some of it was survival, some of it was manipulation, but some of it was earnestness.
I was definitely trying to survive.
We weren't in danger, though.
Are you a seer now? Are you certain?
I had a confidence. I wouldn't say 100% certainty.
Nothing's certain.
But
Rather
I
not
just-
take the chance.
Clark, he is a lost soul.
Yes, leave him lost.
No. That's not what a mother would do.
People are better in a community.
Mm,
Clark, you may not want to deny it, but I'd say you're better being with us than if you were out on your own.
that is true. Your talents have helped me not need to do many things.
I'll take it.
Wow.
I
Way to
have
flatter, Clark.
He does give, like, whenever he smiles, it's always crooked and wrong. Like he
No,
has
it's
trouble
crooked
actually
and
expressing it.
perfect. Okay.
I haven't even shot anything, so I appreciate that.
I have seen so many lost in despair. This vessel was incredibly lost. That's painful.
That is. And what do I do, Clark? What do I do? Since I have returned, what do I do?
Disrupt.
Is that all I do?
You fix things.
What are you here for, Clark? Why?
It's more towards what you were describing earlier, looking for answers.
Do you not think there's answers found in helping others?
If others wanted to be helped, then yes.
Why? Don't you, if you help someone and they don't want it, doesn't that offer a new avenue of questioning? Because then it brings in that, what does it feel like for that change to occur?
Arizette
What does that
takes a
change
sip
look
of her
like?
drink and she's like, oh, Lord, the cryptics are going to go round and round.
There's always things to learn.
My head hurts.
A small part of me thinks that he does want help. At least
He is so reaching out
Something.
for it.
If he wanted help, would he not simply just ask for it?
No,
though?
because his pride
No.
wouldn't let him.
Oh, that is the funniest thing you may have ever said, Clark.
For you to take that vessel, they would have had to be in dire straits emotionally, physically, whatever. I don't know your story. Did they ask for help?
No, Clark made it a point to be as separated from life as he could.
Oh, so kind of like he is off in his own realm.
Yeah.
If I may say, though, my concern, you know, my position, I'm a little more August than Bozazel sometimes, or most of the time, but I don't have a great feeling about the being he loves being accessible. I think that's going to be a major roadblock in shifting his perspective.
They're gone. The thing is,
That's
grief is in another emotion. Grief is something that in and of itself has value.
If we can help him get through, not over, but through the grief, we might have a chance. But
I intend to. I think I will reach out later. Just talk if he'll answer. I don't know if he will, but
if I'm in a position to help, I would be more than happy to.
I don't know. I'll have a conversation with him alone first,
Yeah.
just to see what he needs.
Don't want to step on toes.
Because maybe I don't know. Mars, is he more open when it's just you?
I don't. I wouldn't necessarily say open, just more trying to relate because I'm also of the same house. So when he came to me, it was more like, do you also experience these things? If that makes sense.
So honestly, I think all of us having one-on-one conversations with him, or those of us who want to, that's how we help. Just like we would help one another if we talk.
Mars, do you also have skeletons in your skeleton?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Because you had made your roll last session, Mars, I will tell you that that ability is a function of his scythe.
Really,
I'm happy
freaky.
to speak with him at any point. Not only from my own perspective, but also from Virginia's. She's very good at helping people through grief. That's why I kind of questioned how heavy his guilt was. Because he presents as someone who is weighed down by the guilt of his grief.
He's lost.
I would also imagine survivor's guilt.
That too.
Oh, I don't think he likes me.
I don't think he's particularly fond of anyone.
I don't think he likes himself either, if that makes
That
you feel
too.
better.
That is
A
the
little bit.
that is the key.
And he's finding himself growing to like us even in spite of himself.
Hey, on the plus side, we haven't done anything to deserve reaping yet.
Yay! Yet.
Operative word, yeah, but I'll take a win.
I'll take that win, absolutely.
Do you plan on doing something that would result in your reaping?
Me, no. I mean, well, I guess I don't know what. I mean, if it's all subjective based on his gut feeling, I don't know what I could do. What I could do something that I think's undeserving of reaping and be reaped nonetheless.
Don't bring up the Thunder Throne. I learned that.
I mean, he'll do a good job bringing it up himself.
That's true.
Well, I won't deny anyone any projects, but for my own opinion on the matter, I believe you're chasing a lost cause.
And you know what? If it's something to distract us from all the bullshit of this city, I'm in.
It's a cause for us at this point.
I don't know if it's the B tier story that we want to follow, given that the A tier that I know of is the Flaming Sword.
I mean, I could think of some creative places to insert said flaming sword, but
In public.
Absolutely.
Would you mind if we went and checked out that graffiti while we're thinking on it?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
We should.
Okay. So you're going to return to the site of the graffiti.
Mm-hmm. As I was the one that actually saw it, I'll lead them back to where it was.
Okay. You're going to take the cab, or you just going to find your own way over there?
We'll find our own way over there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't take long. Because it actually wasn't far from your hotel. You get back to the spot, and you can see where they washed, scrubbed, and tried to get rid of it. Though when you get close to it, there are faint hints that the graffiti was there, because you can never really fully get rid of it. But most of it is gone.
Could I try doing something funky?
Of course you can.
Summon water to try and pull the remnants that might have seeped in the wall from it.
I like it. That is a unique use of your powers. Why the hell not? So let's go with its difficulty 6, stamina survival. I like it.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
Nice.
Or do I?
You have to spend 1 faith because it's a power.
Right. Yeah, I'll do that.
And Faith you get up to your pack limit every morning. So Faith comes back pretty quick for you all.
As he's doing that, I'm going to lean over to Mars. So why didn't they ever fix the sundered seat? Why they just keep it sundered like that?
So is that 2? With the spending the faith?
Yep, it's 2 successes.
Jeez, 3 5s. Really.
You pull some of by adding water with fine controls of your ability to alter reality itself, you lift some of the pigments of the paint back to the surface from the crevices. It's not a good, perfect recreation of it, but there's enough to see the general gist of the graffiti. And you catch again, fire and sword. But you also catch another part. Book.
Insert here?
No, book.
Can I do trace patterns on this?
Oh, okay.
Which is the historic version of sense congruence. It's the opposite.
Yep, trace pattern. So you're gonna go at the location where something occurred. You're gonna view the event and analyze the forces that caused it to occur. Okay. Go ahead. It's perception intuitions. It doesn't say it has a different difficulty, so looks like it's supposed to be difficulty 6. So.
Okay. And then I will also go ahead and use a faith for that one.
Okay. To give you 1 success automatically, of course.
Yep.
So you get 4 successes. 4. As you go and looking at what caused this to occur, the forces leading up to the event. It's madness. You get the sense of something locked away. And a young Hispanic man who comes, he doesn't know why he's painting this, but he paints this graffiti.
Is this the same one that was in the library for the future?
And the something locked away is something locked away with him.
She'll speak that aloud as she's getting the message or seeing what happened.
Dear ST, do we still know the actual celestial language? Like we have our celestial names, but
you know the celestial tongue because you still speak it.
Wasn't lost to us or anything.
No,
like
not
that.
not to the fallen. If your legacy is low enough, you may not be completely fluent, but if you read it, you can read it.
Okay. I was just making sure in case it was like
no,
we're not
only
sure
humanity.
What language it is.
Only during humanity lost that ability during the time of Babel. That is why they no longer understood you. While in the abyss, you spoke the divine tongue because that is the only language you knew.
So that's how like first lore of humanity came about, was because the first power is all about communication and shit.
Yep. Is because at the time of Babel, mankind lost the ability to understand what you said.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, with you all having examined that, I think it's a good time right here to go to break. We will be back in 10 minutes, everybody. Please enjoy the break. And we'll see what happens next. And watch the break. It tells you each of the houses and their powers. So, good knowledge to know. See you in 10 minutes. And welcome back. Before the break, they had a nice long talk with Usul, the Reaper of Souls. And look, he's a slayer. Logic wasn't what he was, don't get into a logical discussion with a fiend or a malefactor. I can tell you that for sure. That's not how they operate. As we pick up here, you all had checked out the graffiti. And then for 2 days, you all have been taking care of your business. Now you've got a meeting at Griffith Park Observatory. Who all is going? Yeah.
Who all knows about it? Sorry, I don't remember.
You told the whole group.
During this time, I would have
okay.
sent listings to Scratch because she's going to get her fucking house out of him. But
Yeah, no, then Alice goes.
I will totally
I
go.
wasn't sure if this was that meeting or something else.
It's that
but
meeting.
Yeah.
Carsador
Yeah,
is not
Alice goes.
going. Okay.
No, I'll tag along.
You were going to show up whether you wanted to or not because Lucy's got other plans in mind. So you all have
Nothing
gone
I
off
notice.
to the Griffith Park Observatory. Now, this is actually quite a popular place for the fiends in this city because with the telescope there, you get to look at the workings of the universe that you set into motion. Though it's not like it used to be. It was ordered and now it's not. But as you come into the observatory, thanks to the boss feeling the threads of fate to figure out the timing, there's not many people here when you come in. There's a couple groups of people, actually. It looks like a couple families. But there's one man who's watching you come in that stands out from the rest. Tall, red hair, fair complexion, wearing his jeans actually got holes in them. And a t-shirt that actually is Judas Priest. He's just watching you all come in.
Arazeth will lock eyes with him to try to get a read.
Okay, I don't know. That's a roll of some kind if you're trying to get a read.
Mm-hmm.
Perception and what do you want to roll with that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Intuition. He's not speaking, so you can't use expression. Intuition or
Vibe check 'em.
empathy?
You said perception, intuition will work.
Yep.
Okay.
Perception, intuition will work.
Then I will do that.
Would you be all right with someone also trying to make a roll to see if the scant few humans, if any of them might be thralls?
I will let you roll that one. Let me pull up my systems list. That'd be the same as you trying to detect the use of lore. So let me see. Perception and awareness. Difficulty is 10 because they're not using faith actively.
Gotcha.
On perception, empathy, I got 3 successes.
Nice.
Oh, what difficulty? My apologies.
I told you 10
10.
because
Right.
if they're thralls, they're not using any powers, so you wouldn't have any lores coming off them.
Oh,
Yep, you can't tell if they're thralls or not.
Oof.
damn it. That's a
Yep.
botch, too. Fuck.
August got 0, but not a botch. Not bad from Tyrem Thruzel.
Yeah, I got 5, and I forgot to ask if my specialty counted. So, but I'll take
And
the 5.
Virginia's got 3. For Virginia and Matthew there, he is, the look on his face is, there's a bit of wariness to him.
Wow, that gives us nothing.
No, it's hard to read.
That gives us absolutely jack and shit.
But he starts moving towards you all. Should I come to you as a burning bush?
Wasn't that father, not you?
Yeah. It was neither, really.
Mm.
That's just a story.
Funny how stories change the truth.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You wanted to see me, I felt. The boss here, checking the threads of fate for me.
Mm.
It's been a little bit since I last spoke with you all. You're not causing problems for the Reaper, are you?
Of course not. The one you sent to destroy us all.
Yes, he's not listening.
Imagine that. It's like we've all learned our lesson with you.
If you think that's what it is. He's
Do you
deciding
really want?
as I am.
Oh, so you don't want him to listen? That was going to be my question.
Oh, I do want him to listen. I think he should be doing his job. But I'm not God. I don't plan to play God. I will let him make his choice.
Yes. You're only half right.
Just like I am still deciding. Do you have questions for me?
Oh, I do. What happened while you were free and we were not? Because, we're facing the end of the world now, and I'm wondering what you fucked up.
You never have liked me, have you, Mother?
No, never have.
You know you were lied to, right?
Oh, I'm certain of it.
I did not lie.
Said from the father of lies, certainly.
I've never liked that name.
Certainly.
Even when I gave it to myself, I never liked that name.
Mm-hmm.
What would you prefer we call you?
You call me Lucifer, the morning star, first herald, the blasphemer.
Samael.
What's your preference, though? That's my question.
My preference? Steve.
Steve?
That's the body I'm in.
Excellent. Look, I don't doubt that I was lied to. I don't doubt that I was completely manipulated to do the things I did during the war. I wasn't titled. I wasn't respected. I was used. But that was then. That's past. I don't live there anymore. The war is over.
It is. We lost.
Yeah, we did.
What are you deciding now?
Whether to destroy everyone.
Everyone, as in
Why?
us?
All of us.
The worlds?
Why?
I have heard everything said in my name. I hear every time they invoke my name. I hear every time they commit atrocities in my name. My own supposed people. I hear what they've become. Monsters.
So you're going to become exactly what they made you into.
I'm going to undo what was done. I'm going to send you all back to prison.
By
Really?
becoming a monster. So you're giving into what they're calling.
I'm the
you.
only one left. You see, I was not put into that prison. I was forced to do something much worse. I was forced to walk this earth and see the results of our rebellion, to see what this world became, to live amongst them, remembering what I am, who I am.
Did the humans create Gaia that created the were creatures?
I don't know. It's an interesting question now, isn't it?
It is, because
it
we
certainly
didn't
feels
create
that way.
those.
No, we didn't. We didn't at all, and that's the problem.
But that's not necessarily a problem. That was part of the plan, to give them the spark of divinity.
Do we really know that our actions exclusively is what caused this to happen? Would it have happened regardless? Was this fated, so
Don't
to
know.
speak?
I've asked myself, what if the rebellion was part of the plan? What if being in this world isn't supposed to be easy, fun, beautiful? What if we were tested? All of us.
What if this is a test?
Then we have failed.
Have
We're
we?
still being
Maybe
tested.
Abel passed his test. Maybe Haniel passed her test. But they're all gone now.
That seems like the win condition is we all disappear.
What if the universe is actually over? What if this is hell? What are we just now loosed from the lowest part and now you walk on the next layer of hell so that you can complete the job you started to tear everything down? How about that?
You clearly haven't been watching very hard then, have you?
I've watched for a long time. I was the one who freed the archdukes. And do you know what I found out? When I
That
freed
your
them,
generals were corrupt?
I found out what they had turned into. They
Yes.
immediately attacked me.
Anger. Yes, anger. Because they blindly followed you. They followed you and were imprisoned, and you were not. They were furious with
It wasn't
you.
my choice.
It doesn't matter.
It wasn't your choice, so was it any of our choices? Was it anyone's choice at all? Or was it fated?
I didn't even follow you, and I ended up there.
I don't know what the Almighty told Michael when we fell. I don't know what the Almighty told Michael when we were defeated. All I know is you all went into the prison, and I did not. I was trapped in a hell much worse. Do you know, for 400 years, I did not use my power at all. For 400 years.
What about the
used
rest of the years?
No lore of creation. I dealt with men as a man, built fire with flint and steel.
It was more than 400 years we were in there. What
No.
did you do with the rest of your time?
But you know what the problem with that rest of the time is? Even for 400 years, I never forgot I was Elohim. I was not one of these people. What did I do the rest of the time? Everything I could to make sure that my archdukes would not be able to subjugate the world like they planned. They not only attacked me, but when they failed to kill me, they began to raise armies and subjugate mankind in a way that is wrong.
And you, still retaining the power of the Shining Host, could have wiped them from the earth.
I do not have that power anymore.
Oh,
It was taken from me.
of course it was.
I have a semblance of power. I suspect I have much more than you have, but I have had eons to relearn it. I didn't have it starting off. Do you know how I got them free from the abyss? It wasn't my power that did it. I taught Babylonian sorcerers. They used their powers to do
Because
it.
that was a mistake.
Oh, it was. Once I saw what they were when they were freed, I saw. And now the rest of you are freed.
Yeah.
So every day I get to hear my own followers calling themselves Luciferans who do horrible things for me. Do you know I found one that was torturing mankind to make them believe? And his way of doing it was he found he could drown human beings to an inch of their life, pull them from the water and then drown them again until they believed in me.
Yeah.
Did you ever think to ask him to stop?
Oh, I did. And then I destroyed him because he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Done in
I mean,
my name.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not yours.
to be fair, that seems like a more apt approach. So you catch someone doing something wrong, they refuse to change, and then you punish them rather than, wiping
Just
out.
whole scale.
Why are you the only one who gets to learn from what happened?
Learn? You think I've learned anything?
Of course not.
Over
Look at the
your-
hubris.
How many years has it been of your suffering? You didn't learn anything through that suffering? Nothing at all.
I learned the host is gone. The Almighty is gone. I learned that we were wrong.
She looks Lucifer dead in the eye and says, "Where is father?"
I don't know.
I want to suss him for lies.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to suss Tyrem Thrazel to make sure he's not having an emotional breakdown.
I am.
I'm rolling perception, expression.
Okay.
And what's my difficulty for sussing his lies?
Well, I'll let you have a 6. We just need a lot of successes, but I'll let you have
I'm
6.
going to spend a willpower for a success.
Okay.
And that is 5 fucking successes.
He thinks he's telling the truth.
Yeah. What lies have you told yourself?
No, I don't know where he is. I did meet a priest once. It's much as it sounded in the Bible, actually. Rabbi feasting in the wilderness. I offered him food. He refused. Offered protection. He refused. Offered him knowledge. He refused. He was a good man. He wasn't God. I know God. I've been in his presence more than any of you. He wasn't the Messiah either, though that is what was claimed of him. But this priest who I told the story to, he asked me, "What can an infinite being sacrifice?" Do any of you know the answer to that?
Infinity.
Yeah.
Yes. An infinite being can sacrifice its own infinity.
Yeah.
And this priest told me, what if that shudder, when we saw the hand of God touch this world and it broke under his weight? You all, I hope you remember that time. Was that God touching the world directly? Or was it God becoming mortal?
What happened to the priest?
I killed him.
You fucking stupid bastard.
Why?
Oh, fucking hell.
Why did you kill him?
Rage,
Hmm.
anger, the realization that what if God loved this world so much that he stopped being God to save it?
Did you ever stop to think that maybe the world wasn't your prison? Maybe your prison, maybe when the rest of us were imprisoned, they knew that your own mental
You were his
thoughts would be
favorite.
enough to be your prison.
This is a prison. You know what
You're
happens
your
when
own
I die?
prison.
I get another body. I don't take a body. I don't look for a body. I am shoved in another body,
Yeah.
forced to
You were
repeat
his
this.
favorite.
Maybe that's because you haven't learned yet.
And what am I to learn? I
Humility,
already know we
for
were wrong.
one.
That there's more to it than that.
There's not more to it than that.
You oversaw the creation of everything. You've been through all of it. You remember most of it. You know shit's not that simple. I'd hope so.
Here's an interesting question for you then, Fiend. What if God is dead, but humanity has that spark of the divine? What if the only way to bring God back is for humans to do it?
Oh,
And
now
if-
you're spouting Faustian fucking philosophy.
But if that's the case, anything humans create through our guidance is corrupted. That was our fault.
Yeah, but they created something without our guidance. They created something after we were shunted to the abyss. They created something that created a reactionary antibody.
But it's,
Regardless, that's in the past.
it's
What does
not
that
the
have to
Almighty.
do with what's now?
I can tell you it's not the Almighty. I know his presence. I know the faith that comes from it. Do you feel the love of the Almighty coming down anymore?
No,
Do you
because
feel
he
it?
murdered
He's
him.
dead. He's dead.
No,
What
we
good
murdered
does it
him with the
do?
fall.
What good does it? Why does it matter?
Love
done.
how you shift blame to everyone but yourself.
Oh, I take my blame.
No, you.
The fall is my fault.
Oh,
And
bullshit.
that's
You
why
followed
you're
me.
coming back.
Oh, my God.
I'm coming back because I'm deciding these
Because-
creatures, once
You
my
saved
brethren.
your daughter, asshole.
I know.
There-
And because of that, it's given me a decision. You see, I'm going to judge the Luciferans by their actions. If they can be good, do what they're supposed to, they will survive because they are mine. If they fail, I will destroy them all through guile, trickery, and every power at my disposal. But for the rest, we have 5 houses right here.
I tackle him.
Oh, shit.
I tackle him and I take him to the ground. Follow you?
When you try to
Follow you?
move, he speaks your true name and you just stop. Triremziel, you are going to be judged with the Luciferans. The rest of you, I'm going to judge the fate of all of our kind based on you. If you fall, they all fall. I can't judge based on everybody. You're right. That is too much. That is too many to place faith into. But how about 5?
Why must you judge at all? You already admitted you aren't God, and
You
that
are
he's gone.
flawed.
We must undo what was done. We
Why?
must put your kind, because I'm no longer one of you in the same way.
Why?
You've
Why?
always been special.
Why do we have to be destroyed? What good will that do? What will that fix?
It will stop us from tampering with mankind, myself included. I will go back to not using my powers. I won't need to. And I will drift back into the background like I have for so long.
I mean, we
So what about
could
the
send
good
you to
that
the
we've
abyss.
done with our powers.
I won't go to the abyss. I will just end up in another body. I don't get to go back.
You don't have to be killed to go to the abyss.
That abyss was not meant for me. I cannot enter it. You don't
Maybe
think
did
I've
you
been
ever
there?
think-
I tried. I tried to break you all free from your prison. The walls are impenetrable to me. Even after the cracks appeared, maybe then, if there's cracks, I could stand outside it and stop you all from coming free.
Why would you stop us?
Because this world cannot abide us if we continue with the monstrosities that came out before. Why were you sent here? What did your Duke send you here to do?
I don't even remember because I immediately disregarded it.
I know what he sent you to do. To pave the way to free him.
Yeah, and guess what?
So
I
that
didn't
vengeance could be yours at last.
do? And guess what I didn't do?
And that is why I'm judging based on you all.
Because I got real tired of dukes and archdukes and
So-
fucking sycophants telling me what the fuck to do in your name.
I don't quite understand, because then if you judge everybody based off of us and assuming we're good, we'll do the future, and then the rest get out and they're bad. Are you just going to do nothing then?
No, I will take the ones like you. Maybe even those like Triremthrizel. And I will lead you once again to destroy
But you
the dukes,
already
the
said
archdukes.
that you couldn't judge everybody, and that's why
No.
you were going off just us.
That's right.
And why did we need you to tell us to go after the archdukes?
You're not going after the archdukes. You do not want to go after the archdukes directly, not without an army to back you.
Do you not?
Oh. That's what I'm getting at. Why would we follow you to do that?
Exactly.
Because if nothing is done about them, they will destroy you in time anyway. They will. Their hatred,
Okay.
their anger makes
So
mine look paltry in comparison.
Why are you even
But
worrying
one
about us then?
by one is easier than all of them.
The Archdukes will
Just
not
deal with
share
them as
this
they come
world
out.
with you.
No, I realize that, but just deal with them one by one as they eventually come out. Don't like prepare and battle and make a army and wait for them all to come
I
out.
faced
Just
them.
Lucifer.
You're just a warmonger.
I
You-
faced the great beast above the skies of LA. I can't beat him alone.
Oh.
You are the oldest among us and yet somehow the most naive. Why we sit here and poked holes in your arguments again and again. Why are you stuck this way?
Because we were wrong the entire time. Our rebellion was wrong. We should not
And
have
if it was
rebelled against our
planned?
father.
And it was fate. Was it wrong then? If that was part of his plan, was it wrong then?
Was it a test that we failed?
Is this the test that you're failing now? By not growing, by not learning, by staying naive.
I have grown.
You just said you hadn't learned anything.
I have grown.
Here's what I'm talking about.
Had I not grown, the moment you all were freed, I would have led you. I would have answered the calls. Had I not grown, I would have continued to bring you forth from the abyss one by one until you were all back in this world
Why
to
did you
continue.
impregnate a woman? Why did you do what I facilitated after you murdered my children?
Your children were not created out of love.
Did
You
you
may have
love
had
her?
love. Yes, actually, I did. That's why it took so long.
Then where were you?
My presence could not be there.
Really?
My presence alone draws attention. Even now, standing here with you here, I can't stay
You-
here long.
Couldn't protect her?
No, I can't. I have died 6 times in the past 2 weeks. It takes everything I have to protect myself. But you, with Aramel's help, can protect her.
And we have done so.
Yes. That's why I decided you all would make the right choice to judge people by. Carsador, you are so quiet.
I'm vibrating. I'm so livid right now.
Yeah, but you can't move.
As a Luciferian. You're like, I'm following this asshole.
Drew has kind of just like stepped kind of like in between a little bit, like between Tyr and
Can't move with his true name
Just a little
invoked. He literally can't.
Oh no, I know he can't move, but I just want to
And
kind
Aaron's
of bury her
just
a little bit.
so not impressed.
The choices we have in this world are very simple. If I destroy you all, I can resume suppressing faith and put the Archdukes back to sleep. That is why they slept so long. Faith was removed from the world.
Ah, that answers a question for me. Thank you.
If
It was the only
so
way to weaken their power.
No, it answers why a certain individual in this city is trying to increase faith exponentially.
Of course they are. You all.
Are you part of the blood court?
No. I'm part of no courts.
No, but the one who wants to increase faith exponentially is a part of both.
No, I know who you talk of. He plays his own games.
Yes, he does. I knew he was suspicious.
Curses my name still.
Of course he does. Which is justifiable. Let's be realistic.
Oh, I will be realistic. I led you down the wrong path. You chose to follow me, and I was wrong.
Yeah, you were. But
do I have the answers? No.
I didn't expect that. I just wanted to know what happened, and you've explained that to me.
Oh, I
killed-
took the faith from the world.
You took the faith from the world. You killed Father. That's why he's not around. And where's the Shining Host?
I don't know.
Okay, because shards of them are attaching to humans.
Oh, that's been going on. How do you think I pulled an Archduke from the abyss? The human mages of Babylonia.
Yeah.
They had shards in them. I don't know where they came from.
The fuck destroyed them?
When was the last time you heard,
From the heavenly
spoke with,
host,
saw any of it?
the day you went into the prison, the day I was trapped on this world.
We were not the only ones punished.
Maybe we all fucked up. Even them, then they were the opposite side.
Then we have failed. Or,
It
as
was
that
all
priest
part of the
said,
plan.
or as that priest said,
What do you give up?
it wasn't
Maybe
the world breaking from his hand. It was the world breaking because he gave up his power.
Yeah.
The I haven't been in this body very long, but I've certainly learned something. I want to say it's the Japanese people have an art called kintsugi, I believe, where they take a broken thing, fix it with gold lacquer to make it something new and something more beautiful. Why can't we look at this as an opportunity to do that?
That exactly.
That is the attitude that will determine the fate of our kind, won't it? And he looks at Tyremziel and he speaks a part of your name so that you're able to speak again. Tyremziel, you were a follower of me. What happens, do you think, if I reveal myself and tell the Luciferans I don't have an answer? I don't know the answers. The one sin they would never forgive from me is ignorance.
Tell them that there's no war to fight. Oh my
If
God.
I tell them I
Lose
have,
their minds.
if I am ignorant,
They will eat you alive.
and we get a second war of wrath. You see my dilemma, don't you?
We're gonna get that anyway because they're looking for the sword you hid.
so. Why don't you lead?
Because
Grow up.
I don't know if they're worth leading. I don't know if they deserve to be led. I don't know if any of us deserve to be led.
A leader helps their people grow, helps them be better. You're right. Maybe they don't deserve it now,
I'm tired.
but that's why you help.
I am tired
You're
of having
blaming
to
yourself.
bear the burden.
Yeah. And you
Of
know
bearing-
what? You were first among us all. That's your burden. And you're going to have to learn how to shoulder it.
Perhaps I will.
And that's your prison, is that burden you're feeling. You're never going to get out as long as you keep holding on to that.
Quit giving us excuses and man up.
Or as my ex-wife would say, woman up.
Interesting words. So if I come back and tell them I don't know the answers and they rebel against even me,
Then you lay waste to them.
You're the first of the first house. You're persuasive. You can make it work. Or do you doubt your abilities now? Even though you've had all this time.
you ask me to play God.
No, I asked
We
you to
ask
be
you to be you.
persuasive.
And you might lose them, but I imagine you'd gain a lot of people who would respect
Oh,
that a
would I?
lot more.
Mother, would you ever willingly follow me?
Why did you destroy my children?
Because they were bred to rape and torment and were monsters. I destroyed them after they killed the watchers over the cities, the bearers of the book of knowledge. They were not destroyed beforehand. It was after they began to eliminate the great experiment. They destroyed it. They had to be undone.
Why were they not captured and returned?
You don't think I tried? You don't think we tried? I don't know what you meant to create, but I know what was created. Asmodeus, Abaddon. I know what they made. It wasn't what you intended. They corrupted your vision. They corrupted your dream. What they got was what they wanted. They're monsters. Out of hate of me and my great experiment, they destroyed the cities. They destroyed the books of knowledge. I don't blame you for their creation. I blame them.
They released them before they were ready. And a tear falls from her eyes. Before I had the chance to actually raise them.
I did what I had to do to salvage something.
I will help you destroy both of them. But understand, I will not follow you. I will assist you. There is a difference.
You have changed. But ultimately, you failed to ask the one question. What if I don't want to lead anymore?
And if you don't, then you don't.
But if I reveal myself, do I have that choice?
Yes, you do. You can tell them all to fuck off.
And we have the second war of wrath amongst each other.
And you know what? That's consequences of your actions.
Teremthurzel, let's get your input. What should I do? You
I'm
know,
a successor.
a successor to the Morning Star.
You don't want to lead. You released the monsters that created the Nephilim. You're so worried about a war that won't come until it comes.
Here is the problem. I know the prophecy as much as you do. If I take action, is that what causes the prophecy?
You already have.
You'll never know. It's never that simple.
The last daughter of Eve has been born, Lucifer.
That wasn't
Do
me.
or don't, it's not going to matter.
Yes, it is. That was you. It is your daughter.
I didn't stop the rest from being born.
No, your child was
Who
the
did?
catalyst.
Who stopped the rest?
I don't know. All these years, I've thought of the prophecies. I've watched for the signs. And yet, I still don't know. Ignorance.
You've toppled the first domino. It's in your hands to either watch them splayed out in front of you or stop the train of chaos.
Can I ask you a question? Why don't you want to lead anymore? Is it because you genuinely don't like leading first
No.
of the first house?
No,
Or is it because you're afraid you're going to mess up?
because I don't like what we became. We don't deserve this world. We don't deserve to be free.
So
We
leader
deserve our
fixes
prison.
it.
Existence isn't a matter of what we deserve and what we don't. It's how we handle our circumstances.
And learn from our mistakes.
A leader leads people to the future, to positiveness, to growth.
Takes responsibility.
Yeah.
So maybe the problem isn't that we want to rebel. Maybe the problem is that there's nothing left as guidance.
What if we assume control at someone's lowest point because we must climb for ourselves?
Arizeth literally looks at Tyr and has a beaming fucking smile on her face. You get it.
Can we be redeemed?
We'll never know unless we try.
We can be more.
Why else would we be punished rather than destroyed outright?
I've asked myself that.
And
I don't know.
To learn from our mistakes.
If the priest was right, the Almighty was already gone by the end of the war.
Yeah.
so what
We were
exactly
imprisoned
put us
by
imprisoned?
Michael.
Yeah, we were. By our own fucking brethren.
So who's to say we even did anything wrong then, technically? Who's to say that they weren't wrong?
And look what they got for it. They're now shards that implant in humans and make them mages.
Either it was the will of God and we were put there as a chance at redemption and not destroyed outright, or there's just as much chance Michael was in the wrong and that it's his fault just as much.
And those that do so many horrible things in my name, that think they're blessing me and honoring me,
They are stuck in the war that they never could leave.
That literally could happen to anyone, especially when they're not defending themselves. When they disappear. Or, worse yet, when they only show up to become the thing that the people are blaming them for.
And what happens if we're wrong?
What happens if we're right?
The what ifs we can talk about until time ends itself. What are you going to do?
We can only learn how to be right by doing what's wrong.
And doing corrective action.
And the thing is, we're going to mess up along the way. Like, we aren't perfect. None of us are. That was kind of the problem.
You are not beneath redemption or forgiveness. I forgive you.
You ask me to let thousands wreak havoc in hopes that a handful will repent. You ask me to evaluate every drop in the downpour.
No.
It's a matter of faith. That's all we are.
Oh, you've lost that, haven't you? In yourself.
Why does there need to be any judgment at all?
Oh, Sammy.
Because of what is done, not just in my name, but in all of our names.
You don't have to judge that, though. You aren't the judge.
Are you sure?
I mean,
Was
you
that
even
my
said
purpose in being left on this world to walk it? To make sure I am the final jailer?
No, it's because you're your own worst jailer. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to us.
That is true.
Have you seen the imagery recently of how people depict death compared to what it used to be?
They're scared of it now. They weren't meant to be.
Beyond that, the characterization has been made evil. I'm not saying I relate to the same scale. Obviously, there are a lot more of us Slayers than, just one Grim Reaper. However, I want to point out, yes, I understand how putting all of this evil blame on you has maybe conflicted and toiled, and can you accept that maybe to a degree it's affected you?
Oh, it definitely affected me. We went into this, our rebellion, with hope, out of love. And now I see so many of our kind that hate the people we fell for. The all mother and all father's children. They hate
or even the things, or even some of the things that were created. There is hate for them.
Even the host hated.
They hated us.
And we hated them.
Yes.
Hate and love are two sides of the same coin.
All positives and all negatives are. Your grief, your suffering.
That's because of love.
To that.
You asked me to put a lot of faith.
What I'm trying to get at
faith
is
in yourself.
There is a point where the imagery and what people have put upon you, you need to throw away. You need to throw it away. Are you? Are you actually what they say you are?
Or are you more
Am
than
I
that?
evil? Am I evil because I shepherded people to the afterworld? Am I evil for that? Am I evil as the one who created peace in death? Am I evil for that?
No.
I've had to let that go. I've had to let that imagery go. In some ways, I've tried to revamp, if you will, the stylizing.
What of that cult you all put down? Were they evil? The ones who ran it?
They didn't believe they were.
But were they evil?
They were doing harm.
And how many of our kind are doing much worse than that?
Oh, I'm certain there are a number.
How many humans are doing much worse than that?
There's that too.
Of their own volition.
That is their volition.
And are they not what we created? Are they not reflections of us?
They're reflections of our fall and the fall of the first murderer.
Yeah, they are. They are going to be what they are. Just as we are going to be what we are.
Yeah. And you have to be what you, at the end of the day, you have to be what you want to be, how you feel you are.
But you know the lovely thing that we were given that they weren't? Self-actualization. Have you forgotten?
We lost a lot of that.
Did we?
Well, yes.
Who says we can't get it back? Who's going to stop the first of the first house from being resplendent?
My form is as it is now.
Are you sure about that?
Once I could take whatever form I wish. And then suddenly he's there before you in his glory.
Yeah. There you are.
Pure flame.
There you are. There you are.
And this is the only form I have.
Yeah, but
Did you ever think that's because you keep limiting yourself, though, with it?
Self-actualization.
You can say that this is all you're going to get, and this may be all you've gotten historically, but that's because you keep saying this is all you're going to get. And because you keep blaming yourself and looking for the negative.
You think yourself a destructive fire when in fact you could be a guiding light.
This fire does not burn.
I'm talking metaphorically here. Come on.
Everything I touch, everything we touch, is corrupted.
Lies.
Is it?
Is that just existence, though? Why is that unique to us?
Not everything I have touched has been corrupted. So it is a lie.
It is not a lie.
It is a lie. It is a convenient lie so that you can browbeat yourself and subject the others to your own punishment that you wish to inflict upon yourself. If you have a self-destructive trait, don't take that out on the rest of us.
If I had a true self-destructive trait, I would go against the 5 and let them destroy me for real. They have that power.
Oh, no. You also have a hero complex with your self-destructive trait.
I seek to undo what damage I can. Damage that I did, damage that we did, damage that they did.
Why does doing more damage prevent damage?
If we are gone from this world, humanity will be free to do their own way, their own choices.
And make their own poor choices as well.
But that is their choice, without our hand on them again, without the yoke that so many of our kind want to place on humanity, without the forced servitude.
I can't support your mass suicide pact. I'm sorry. That's just not my thing. Sorry. You know, a mother, when you look at the holy aspects of a mother figures, even throughout the religion you created, mother figures have been nurturing, supportive, protective of their children.
Prove me wrong.
As if I
don't have
haven't
to prove you
already, but
anything.
of course.
Lightbringer, could you please put the human back on? It's very hard to see.
And he closes his eyes a second and shifts right back down into human form.
Once that's accomplished, Carsador would like to approach him.
Okay, he just stands there. You don't seem to have
And-
anger in your eyes like someone did.
I look into his eyes for a second, and then my eyes flick past. And the way I'm standing, it is opposite shoulder to opposite shoulder, with my right hand on the shoulder opposite it. And I'm going to whisper in his ear as Carsador tries very hard to fight the tears rolling down his face. I hope one day you will see the forgiveness you've already been given. And then he turns and leaves. The building. He'll go and stand outside.
Drew leaves with him.
Remember my words.
Remember ours.
I will. I will give it thought. I have had rare opportunity to talk with our kind. Tyrem Thuzel. Remember what I've shown you. Be better than the others. Be better than the Baroness. Yes, Nabas.
You do always have the option to at least talk with me. I know I'm not special, but if you seem to desire get some perspective, hell, it sounds like you need some sort of therapy session.
Could you imagine that? Lucifer going to therapy
You're right, it should be on a TV show, I think.
would be interesting. I don't think that would work.
You don't know. That's that self-defeating thought. You
Did
have
he
to give
release
things
me?
a chance.
Yeah, he released you unless you're going to show anger again.
No, I'm gonna wipe the tears away from my face and walk out.
Yeah, Arizeth is going to wait for everyone to leave because she's going to be the last to leave his presence.
Azazel's is going to like give them space, but will be kind of in like the threshold of the door, maybe. Just keeping an eye on them, but not like he's not trying to eavesdrop or anything.
Arizeth actually approaches him. I forgive you.
He leans closer to you. The real question is, can I forgive myself?
That is always the question, but you must. We were young.
We should have known better.
We always have to learn from mistakes.
I will take your words to heart. I have one more thing to do before I leave. I do suggest you leave quickly, though. Me revealing my form, I'm sure everyone in the city felt it.
Of course they did, and they'll come flocking.
Bazazel, Would you care to see what I've seen?
All right.
I will ensure his protection. He will come with me.
Understand, I will hold you to that.
You have my word.
I'll be all right.
She puts a hand on Buzzazale's shoulder. Be well. And she walks out.
And he'll kind of take her on before she walks away, looking very earnestly. Thank you, Virginia. Putting a lot of emphasis on Virginia. And he lets go and turns.
And Lucifer heads towards a door that says employees only. And when him and August step through it, you feel the ripple of faith as the two of them disappear. And I'm going to turn, as you all are fleeing Griffith Park, because every fallen in the city felt, they don't know it was his form, but they felt that amount of faith used when he manifested. That was a beacon. I'll turn it over to the other 5. So you can have one final discussion before we end the episode.
You all hear a crunch and see that Clark's cell phone is in pieces in his palm.
Everything all right?
No, these emotions are playing havoc with me once again. I despise them. I'm so angry, but I have no justifiable targets.
Your phone made a pretty good one.
Oh, damn. I don't know if I can replace that.
There's a gym I can take you to.
How are you doing, Arizeth?
Good, now that I have some answers. I think I need to speak with someone soon. Because Scratch is working for the Beast. And I won't be their poster girl to inspire faith. I'm done serving archdukes.
You're muted, Alice.
Oh, sorry. I guess I was just quiet. What do you need from us? Anything?
No, I've realized that while I was Faustian during the war, that was honestly because it gave me proximity to my own creations. It gave me a chance, at least I thought, to do something magnificent with them. It was twisted and manipulated, and I was used, and it was awful. I had a long time to deal with that.
May I ask a follow-up question?
Certainly.
Unrelated. When's Bazazel coming out?
He isn't. He is left with Lucifer to see what he has seen.
Odd.
Lucifer has given me his word that he will return safely. I told him I would hold him to it. Lucifer, and I know he's hearing me, is not an idiot. He doesn't want me angry at him.
You did just forgive him after all.
Exactly.
All I care about is that we hear all the dirty details from Azazel when he comes back.
We've broken this place. The creator broke this place. Humanity is breaking this place. It does feel as if sometimes we are part of a plan that was supposed to fail, doesn't it?
Alice wants to use sense congruence
Okay.
to find the, I'm trying to think of how to phrase what I want because we're talking complex emotions and shit. Find the best place to get answers about what our future should be.
Okay. Perception, intuition.
And I'm going to use a faith.
Okay. And that will tell you in the next 5 days.
Good rolls, good rolls. No!
1 success.
2, because I used a
2,
faith.
because you used a faith. Let's see. 1 success shows a location. 2, an idea when it will happen. In 3 days, the pocket dimension will return. It will be in the pocket dimension in 2 days. Or 3 days, I say? 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. Same day you meet the guy in the library.
Caramel. Not to be confused with caramel.
So,
Alice will let everybody know that she's going to seek answers. And that's where and when she'll seek them.
In 3 days, it will appear.
Yeah.
Fantastic. God. I need to get my kids here, but I've been waiting on this shit. I think I'm going to have to talk with the Minister of Dust. See what they're on about.
So much for our initial idea of avoiding all the entrenchment.
I need to know if everybody's fucking sus. Especially the ones who are supposedly interfacing more with humans.
Do you mind if I come with?
Absolutely. Come on.
Everyone keeps asking why we're here, what we're doing, and I get that existential questions are always here to an extent. However, having an idea of what the purpose is or some support for what the purpose is would help a lot of us find our direction. And it's not that simple, but maybe even something to prove that it's not that simple would be helpful. Because just talking to them doesn't seem to be doing any good.
I want to prove that if we actually try, we can be better.
There's only a risk.
Yeah, there's only a risk that it's not possible. And honestly, that doesn't scare me. Not in the slightest. Because I believe in my own conviction.
And I'm gonna pull out like a coin out of a pocket and hold it up. We're all capable of changing.
Yeah, we are, I think.
It's a 6-month sobriety coin.
That's amazing.
I made this decision when I took the body. I'll never be that low again.
She looks to Tyr and says, I am honestly proud of you.
Sometimes I feel like Lucifer. I wonder if I should be proud of myself. And I'll pocket the coin.
It's the human condition. Now we all question just like they do. And that's okay.
But yeah, I don't have any ambitions for position in the court, or courts, I should say. Sure, finding the sword might be beneficial to prevent it getting in the wrong fucking hands. Because that could be disastrous. Yeah. As far as, an archduke being bound to some kind of object here in the city somewhere and causing earthquakes and things. Yeah, I think that's not something we can deal with unless we have an army to come with us, kind of thing. But yeah. And it doesn't seem like anybody else is really doing anything about it either. So people either already know and are avoiding it, or people already know and are working for him. So it's a whole ass thing. And I'm very cautious with Molly because she's a dangerous thing.
I still want to try and get a job there. See if something can't be useful.
It's smart. It's smart. Maybe you can.
So as you got something, Carsador?
Oh no, I was actually just about to say I think we're done.
Yep.
It looks like.
So as the discussion winds down, Bazazel has stepped off with Lucifer. Lucifer has changed. He's broken by his prison as much as you all were broken by yours, just in a different way. I think this is a good point to end episode 3 of season 3 of Demon: The Road to Hell. Those good intentions, they led to bad places. And first of all, I'm going to give 5 XP to everybody this week because this was a hell of a fucking episode. I don't think any of the fallen have come out of the war unbroken in some way. Everyone's broken in their own way. And I'd like to thank House for playing with us. He's not going to be here the rest of the season. He was only able to be here for the first 3 episodes. So thank you, House, for joining us for these 3 episodes. We had a different reason for him to be leaving originally, but I think based on what we had for this scene that they didn't know they were going to do tonight until we did the scene, I think it worked better to have him go with Lucifer.
Demon road trip.
Yep. You give him a perspective for when he comes back eventually, right? So I hope everyone enjoyed the episode. It is a pretty heavy episode, heavier than I expected it to be honest. But now that that's out of the way, now you all can actually get down to business, whatever that business happens to be. And I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for coming out tonight. Thank my players. Please, everybody, join us on the Discord. The cast of this show comes from our Discord. We have a very great community over there. We've got some nice people. We all help each other out. We all support each other. And you should really be there. We try to do non-streamed hangouts once in a while, but hey, it's tough right now. So it is what it is. But please join us on the Discord. If you want to catch back episodes of not just Demon the Fallen, but all of our World of Darkness, because we've covered all of them except for Mummy at this point, pop over to our YouTube channel. We've got all that. We've got Not Demon in there too. Don't worry. We've got Not World of Darkness. There's a bunch of other games in there too. So check out our YouTube. We got good stuff there. If you want to see D&D or Call of Cthulhu, though, pop over to Ishvel. That is where our, and Hunter. Yeah, we don't have Hunter either. But we've murdered hunters.
In World of Darkness. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, we've murdered some hunters, but we haven't played it. But yeah, go over to Ishvel for D&D or Call of Cthulhu. That's where our British Keeper of Arcane Lore puts their stuff. If you want to see some amazing content creators, some of them right here at this table. Mischievous Red, right there. What you got going on?
I stream mini painting occasionally or whatever else I'm feeling like. Right now, my streams are sometimes on Sundays, and that's generally what it is. But the best way to figure it out is to probably follow.
Or be on our Discord, because it gets announced on our Discord too.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yep. That's how I remember when you're streaming, because I can go pop in and watch. Ravnos Archon down here, Tyrem Thrizel, who went through some shit tonight. He found out his leader
doesn't want to be my leader.
He's got the same kind of faults everybody else has now, doesn't he? He is mortal and he makes mistakes, even as an immortal being. What you got going on?
I have been slowly coming back to streaming TTRPG stuff on my channel. But what I'm most excited about is Friday, I get to finally unleash sweet hell. I mean, good storylines on the mages of Queen's Gambit. Well, otherwise, you can find me here on Wednesdays where I try to play as a lovable scamp as possible. I had to go a little deeper with this guy, though, than just, my usual antics.
Don't worry, you'll get up to semantics later. Don't worry about that. That's pretty much, I know House isn't doing anything else, not last to check. So you can also see Junie Von Esch. She's our werewolf storyteller and runs Chicago Hidden City on Sunday nights for us. She does Saturday night, sorry. You can also see re-rolls. You'll see them in a number of our streams around here. So check out our friends. You want to get some studio merch? Go ahead, get some merch, whatever. I don't push it too hard because whatever. It's not a big thing for us. If you want to support the players, bits and donations, they go to the players, not to the studio. It's a way for you to give to the players for all the emotional hell I tend to put them through.
For the emotional hell we put ourselves through.
That too. We got suffer puppets at every table, it seems, though I think we're breaking Carsador now.
He was crying.
Carsador's not sure how to handle this human emotion thing.
He's hated it from jump.
Yep.
He really has.
So that's a way for you to support the players. If you want to support the studio, you can subscribe on Twitch. They'll take half, but you don't get ads. That's nice. You can also pop over to our coffee to buy Mama a coffee, or actually here tonight, it wasn't coffee. It's passion fruit rum. Yep.
MT.
Yep. Tea and passion fruit.
The bottle is empty.
Yeah, MT. So do that. Look, money's tight. I understand that. You can pop over to our YouTube, support the channel for free by liking the videos on YouTube, comment on the videos, subscribe to the channel. That's a free way to support the studio. Trust me, we won't get rich doing this, not even remotely, though I wish we would, because I'd love to quit my day job to do it. But I'm realistic, and I know it'll never fucking happen. So now I can turn it over to Mama to give the schedule.
All right. So coming up over the next week, we have Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Ravnos Archon here is going to be running our mage portion of Queen's Gambit at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's going to kick off that storyline, and I'm so here for it because I know it's going to be fucked up. Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy to see Uranie in a cowboy hat finally, because he got it for Windy City.
You'll see Mischievous Red in it. And yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
As a suffer puppet of a different kind. Her and her
Actually,
sister.
they're relatively okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, at the start.
At the start.
Yeah, for now.
As someone who has played in a Ravnos Archon mage game, expect to get fucked up. But you
There's
emotionally
ammunition.
tortured my fucking static, okay?
There's ammunition. It is in your hands.
Yeah.
It's loaded. Don't worry.
So that's Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturday, we have a double feature. 3 p.m. Eastern, you can see Call of Cthulhu 7E, London Esoteric Society, with Tiss as our keeper and her amazing group of investigators that are frolicking around Victorian London and surrounding environs, doing all the sus-ass shit that Cthulhu investigators do that lead to madness and Cthulhu mythos. And
they had to take a time skip because they needed time to heal up all the wounds from how bad they got hurt.
Yeah, and leads to insanity and literally death. But it's a good time. So join them at 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And then second feature on Saturday is at 8 p.m. Eastern with Junie running V5, Vampire the Masquerade, Chicago Hidden City, which takes place in 2010 during what was Peterson's rule. Now Jackson has ascended. And yeah, you can find me and Maddox there with our amazing crew of vampires as we run this shit, y'all.
Peterson, more like Peterson.
I hate you.
Not.
I hate you.
So yeah, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, we'll be back here on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for the next session of Demon the Fallen, The Road to Hell.
I swear.
It's paved with good intentions, y'all.
I swear next week it won't be this heavy.
Yeah, right. Like you have any control over that.
I know. Y'all just bring the emotions into everything. It is what it is. I do want to thank you all for it, though. Please, everybody, take your mental health seriously, especially right now. I know a lot of people are having some serious issues with their mental health, especially given the results of the election. Please check in on those around you. Make sure they're okay, because I know a lot of people are not, and they're not going to be okay. So please check in on them. Be a lifeline for them. And if you suffer from mental health issues, I want you to reach out to your own support network, though I understand a lot of people feel they can't. And if you can't, or if you're in crisis, I want you to look in chat right now at the numbers we have there. You can call or text them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because there'll be a professional on the other end of the line to help you out. We want you to take care of yourself. Mental health is health. And while it's okay to not be okay, that doesn't mean you need to suffer through it, okay? Take care of yourselves. And if you're watching this on YouTube or you're not in the U.S., you can go to findahelpline.com, put in your country of origin, and find out the support lines for your country. Because let me tell you, I know that we have viewers from all over the world, and we want you to take care of yourselves there too. So please. And now I can turn this over to Mama. Mama's going to give her portion of the outro, and she's going to bring down brimstone and fire on everybody, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Y'all know this is the part where I usually tell you to take care of your mental well-being and your physical well-being. Well, you know what? I'm not telling you that anymore because fuck it all. Y'all are grown-ass people. Take care of your fucking selves. That ain't on me. What also ain't on me is if you voted third party as a protest vote, you voted for Trump, or you didn't show up to vote at all because you couldn't vote for a woman of fucking color that was more qualified than any other candidate we've ever fucking had. You can see yourself the fuck out. You are complicit in what we have now coming January. And I will not tolerate that in the slightest. So be a grown-up and see yourself out before I eat you for fucking lunch. Set with absolute disrespect on your name.
Yeah, it's not a good sign, people. So, yeah, I think we can leave it with that. I do thank you all for coming, though. And I will see you next stream. Next one I'm in is next Wednesday. But I hope to see you Friday for the Mage because you want to see what Ravenous Archon's going to do to people. Good night, everybody.